Welcome to Smart Notebook Math Tools. In this session, we'll learn how to use the regular Polygons tool. In the past, we would find these shapes in the gallery. Now, in the secondary toolbar, you will see an icon for the regular Polygon tools. Selecting that icon will show you the 13 standard regular polygons available. You can resize these, change its line style, or change its color as you customize. So let's have some fun as we give some context to these shapes. First, selecting the hexagon, I can create a hexagon, and now selecting the hexagon and the properties tabs, I can now begin to customize it. So let's first of all fill it with a gradient fill and select a couple of colors, a little bit of orange in it, a little bit of yellow, and change its line style so that I actually want to select a color for the line style, give it an orangey color. And now as I select, I'm going to clone this a couple of times as I create a tessellating pattern, a tessellating beehive pattern, which gives context to my hexagon shape. So now I can group that. And there's my tessellating pattern of a beehive. Let's try another shape and take in, again, from the secondary toolbar, clicking on my regular polygons tool. I select the octagon. And now as I create my octagon, make it a little bit bigger, select for it, and let's clone this one as well. Actually cut that one. So again, from the secondary toolbar, selecting for the octagon, creating an octagon shape, selecting for that octagon shape, moving it in my workspace, and then cloning this one. There, this time I cloned it. And I'm going to resize it to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to change its line style. So again, clicking on the Properties tab as it's selected, and choosing Line Style, and choosing a thicker line, and maybe changing that to white. I'm going to then select my other octagon and start to work with that as I choose the Properties tab. And I'm going to fill this one with a solid fill red. There you see. Now I can create a shape here, and maybe I will even change that to a bit of a thicker line. So as I select for the line, go thicker, and there I have a shape. Now, if I click on my text tool, and I'm just going to use my text tool to type in some text here, as I choose Arial font and maybe go to 48 and bold it and change it to white. And then I think you can guess what I'm going to type. And here we can now select all and give my octagon some context as I group all of these items, and I have a context for my octagon shape as well. Here's another example where we can use our regular polygons tool. What is the measured degrees of the sum of the interior angles of a 12-sided regular polygon? So again, from the secondary toolbar, selecting from my regular polygons, and now selecting for a 12-sided polygon, drawing one nice and big on the workspace, selecting to move it into the workspace, and then selecting a line tool, I can now select a vertex and start to create a series of triangles as I move around my 12-sided polygon. I create up to 10 triangles, and the sum of the interior angles of the 12-sided polygon is equivalent to finding the sum of the angles in 10 triangles. That is 10 times 180 degrees equal to 1800 degrees. In our next series of sessions, we will start to look at the new features of Smart Notebook's new math tools.